Now, let me bring you the latest in this news item I want to share with you this afternoon. Parents of children with complex special educational needs in Wirral have spent the morning protesting outside a council building. They say they can't understand why building work at the children's school, Foxfield, hasn't been completed, meaning children haven't been at school this term. The work was due to take place over the summer. Siobhan Roxburgh, her son is called Daniel, is one of those affected. He's been offered temporary childcare at the Hive youth zone in Birkenhead, but this provision is only guaranteed until Christmas. And his mum says he's missing out on the educational experience and care he deserves. Siobhan's been speaking to BBC Radio Merseyside political reporter Claire Hamilton.
My child has been excluded from school since the start of September because building work that was supposed to have been completed during the summer holidays hasn't even been started. Foxfield School, the affected school, is the largest school that can offer accommodation to severely disabled children on the Wirral, and this is the problem in that the school is full, and this building work is essential not just for our children, but when the children who are finishing in July leave, there's only 12 of them leaving, and in the first 3 weeks of this year, 50 Year 6 students asked if they could come and view the premises. And that's the largest of only 2 schools on the Wirral that can accommodate children like ours. So simply there just isn't enough provision in secondary education.
So who do you blame, Siobhan?
I think obviously there is a funding problem that starts at central government, because we all know sort of councils get a degree of funding from central government, but as I say, I feel like the 9 years that Daniel's been in primary school should have been enough to prepare the council that he would need a secondary school place, and it isn't. I have to ask why the building work hasn't been started that would allow Daniel and possibly some Year 6 students to access Foxfield in next year. Hasn't started, but also it needs to be seriously looked at. There needs to be not tweaking and putting little extra classes in other settings, but really I think we need a new school.
And tell me about Daniel.
Daniel has a rare chromosomal disorder that we were completely unaware of before he was born, and at 18 months he was diagnosed. It affects about 1 in 30,000 children, so it is quite rare. For him it means global development delay. He's developmentally probably about 8 months old, but he can walk. But that's all that means is you've got equivalent of a toddler that can reach much higher shelves. He has severe epilepsy that developed when he was 4 years old. If you get to meet him, go over and say hello. He has a smile that makes you feel like you're the most important person in the world. And he's very popular, very happy child, but I can tell he misses school. His reaction to going to Hive isn't the same as when he used to go to his primary school. He enjoyed being part of the school community.
Siobhan, you've obviously learned so much as you've been Daniel's mum, and you obviously care so deeply, and you're fighting all the time, as so many parents of children with special educational needs do. Yeah. What does it take out of you?
It completely changes, I would say, my sense of identity. It completely changes the way that you walk into any space where you're immediately doing like a risk assessment to see whether it's a space that your child will ever safely be able to access. It makes your world much smaller because there are far fewer places that you can access, and because a child like Daniel has such additional personal care needs, it means that you are vastly limited for childcare options.
Now, at a meeting earlier this month, Wirral Council officers have said that the works to improve Foxfield School are part of a £3 million investment that unfortunately wasn't started as scheduled during the summer holidays, but are now taking place and are expected to be completed in January.